35,000 on a Monday night. Safe to say we've got some believers, and the Giants do not disappoint any who make the journey out to the stick this evening. Mariners up 1-0 behind Randy Johnson when Rich Aurelius, sweet spot of the bat, righted to left. His fifth of the year comes with nobody on, but it's tied 1-1. Giants load the bases as the inning continues. Jeff Kent, you've seen Ken Griffey Jr. make so many great catches. Not this time, because the Giants have everything going for them. Goes for a 2-run double, 3-1 lead. They had another in the fifth off Johnson. When you say big unit these days, you're talking about his ERA. Berry just got it through the right side. 4-1, Alex Diaz in. Come the ninth inning, Giants leading only 4-3, though. Joey Cora looking for a stiff hit. Rich Rodriguez was in. Aurelia threw late, but the ump says out. When you're going good, you get all the calls. Cora was ejected, and his manager, Lou Piniella, never wants to back away from a fight. Comes in, throws the hat, takes a kick, actually hit the ump, and there you have it. They're out of the game. Rodriguez closes out the Mariners as Ken Griffey Jr. is gone. Rob Nen a night off, and Dusty will take it. 10 consecutive wins. Just in case you're starting to wonder, the San Francisco Giant record for longest win streak, 14, set back in 1965. The 98 version is not thinking past number 11, though, tomorrow.
You know, you ride this high as long as you can, and right now this club doesn't feel like it can get beat. No matter what the score is, we feel like we can come back. And just the chemistry in here, the way guys are going about their business, I think each and every time we go out there that we've got a chance to win that ball game.
Yeah, not to forget Danny Darwin, who turned in a good effort for the win. And the other score the Giants were looking at, Padres, though, remain a game back as they handle the Reds behind Joey Hamilton. 4-2, your final there. And I'll tell you how great things are going for the Giants right now. Even the A's are lending a helping hand as San Francisco does try and separate themselves from the rest of the Western Division. The Dodgers, as far as Giant fans are concerned, can never be too far behind. Mike Blowers, bases loaded, hit it right back to Ramon Martinez to the plate. Charles Johnson, one of the best fielding catchers around, just flat out missed the ball. In comes Ricky and Scott Spezio. They had two more in the inning, 4-0 over L.A. And Blake Stein let it ride. The young right-hander making a stand, struck out 10 in 8 1/3 innings for the victory. One of his victims, Raul Mondesi, little cushion for the young right-hander. For the A's, Jason Giambi crushed it off Martinez. Ticket to
out of the pack. It's likely Lou Piniella was not nearly as concerned about the Giants' 9-game winning streak as about how they were doing it. In 28 innings during the bench, the San Francisco bullpen had allowed just 4 earned runs. 4 earned would be a decent night for the Mariner relievers. The Giants, who've come from behind to win 20 times this season, are second in baseball with 4 wins when trailing after 8 innings. Piniella hoping the big unit would need help from his pen. You know, next to Mark McGwire, the fans come out to see Randy Johnson take batting practice. Actually took a couple out of there and got a nice reception from the fans. Top 2, 1-0 Mariners. Johnson, you know, live pitching's just a little different. Struck out on 3 pitches from Danny Darwin. Bottom 3, game tied at 1, bases used, 2 outs. Jeff Kent, a line shot to right center. Here comes Griffey. Kent get it done. 2 runs would score. It was Kent's only hit. Giants up 3-1. Bottom of the 5th now, men on first and second. Barry Bonds, a left-hander who handles Johnson very well, came in hitting .500 for his career, 3 for 6 against him, and gets another hit here. Gets past Cora and Houston's a base hit. Diaz would come in to score. 4-1 Giants. Top 6, Johnson up again. Tries that same swing again. Didn't work again. Didn't bother to run, didn't need to. Darwin throws him out. Johnson 0 for 3. He's now 2 for 19 at the plate in his career. Top 7, Alex Rodriguez, a much better hitter. Knocks one to right center. Cora and Houston would come around to score. A-Rod 2 for 3. RBIs 47-48. Seattle within 1. Seattle trying to come back again, but it is the Giant pen. Look at the good pick there by Rich Aurelius. Joey Cora had been 4 for 4. Thinks he should be 5 for 5. He's probably right. He's unleashing some pent-up hostility against Sam Holbrook, the umpire. Here comes Lou Piniella to join in the fray. Joey got ejected. You know Lou's not soon to follow. There he is. He's been in some good loose dirt there. Sam would have gotten his pants dirty. 2 out now, and Rodriguez, that Giant pen, getting it done one more time as Rich Rodriguez gets his first save of the year, and the Giants win it by a count of 4-3. San Francisco has now won 10 in a row. Its longest streak since they reeled off 11 straight back in '91. Johnson did strike out 10. It's the 88th time he's hit double digits, but he falls to 5-5. Giant pen 2 2/3 shutout to back Darwin. The red-hot Sean Estes goes on Tuesday. And Estes, like his fellow Giant starters, has turned it around in May and June. He's evened his mark after going 19-5 last season and starting off very slow in April. During the 10-game winter, the starters have picked up 9 of those wins. A terrific performance by the 42-year-old Darwin on Monday. 39-year-old Hershiser became the oldest man to win Pitcher of the Month honors last month, so the veterans are stepping up. To the house, Wayne Huizenga evacuated. Roger Blonde going against the Marlins and the Blue Jays. That's your pitching hand, Raj. You used it well to get Brian Meadows. Still, Blue Jays were down 3-0, same score in the top of the 8th. Men on second and third when Sean Green takes Felix Heredia into the gap. Shannon Stewart and Jose would cruise in to cut the lead to 3-2. Jays got another to tie to 3 after 8. Marlins have lost 11 in a row. They'll try anything. They'll wear their hats droopy. They'll send Levon up as a pinch hitter. Levon shall be a good man, but he shall not get a hit. Randy Myers struck him out. He worked 3 innings for the first time in 4 years. Deep into extras, some friends and family stuck around. Top of the 17th, still the same score. Carlos Delgado, the rip to left. Felipe Crespo would come in from first, and the Jays are up 4-3. Or are they? The Marlins appealed, and Tom Hallion said, yes, indeed, Crespo missed third, an opinion that seems to be opposed by our videotape. Looks as if he hit it, but the ruling stood. So in the bottom of the 17th, we're still all tied up. When the Todds get together, Zeal with the hit, Dunwoody with the winning run. Dunwoody scores to end it. The Marlins win it by a count of 4-3 in 17, and Florida's despicable 11-game losing streak is over. It is the longest game in Florida history, and it matched the longest game in Toronto history. The Jays also played 17 at Boston back in 1980, and it is the longest interleague game ever. Marlins' first 3 batters scored, and then they didn't score again until the gamer. By the way, Fish pitcher set a team record with 16 strikeouts.
During the height of World War II, it was common to only have 3 or 4 players hit more than 20 home runs in a season. By the end of this stretch of interleague play on Thursday, there could be 9 or 10 already this year, especially with Slammin' Sammy Sosa and the sizzling Cubs in the accommodating Metrodome, and Mark McGwire against Chicago's other team, the most generous pitching staff in baseball. Starting in the Twin Cities, what makes Sammy run? We're not sure what makes him do anything, but this makes him trot. I'll let Troy Hawkins pitch. His 20th home run of the season. It's his 11th in 10 games, and he's homered in 5 straight. Kerry Wood knows something about strikeouts. He'll go in Tuesday in this series. So does Henry Rodriguez. He strikes out against Hawkins. The first and third innings. Hawkins still in there in the 5th and gets him on the breaking ball this time. Now he faces Eddie Guardado. Strikes him out 4 strikeouts. He was lifted in the 9th for a pinch hitter, but Jim Riggleman had plenty of other offense. Jose Hernandez homers off Guardado. 3rd straight game he's homered in. The part-time player now has 6 on the season. Cubs up 6-1. And they added in the 9th.
Like they've been hitting.
Sammy off Dan Nolte takes the breaking pitch and plops it into left field. The final margin was 8-1. The Cubs have won 10 straight. Sosa's hitting 10 straight, batting .405 in that spurt with 25 RBIs. The only other Cubs to homer in 5 straight games are Hack Wilson and Ryan Sandberg. The Cubs try to make it 11 straight with Kerry Wood against Twins ace Brad Radke on Tuesday. But Radke will have to face Sammy. He's the 5th National Leaguer now with 20 or more homers. Sammy's spurt is one of the strongest since Mattingly tied the all-time record in '87, homering in 8 straight games. Albert Bell hit a dozen in 10 games in 1995. McGwire had a similar stretch earlier this year. Speaking of which, the collapsing Cards come to Comiskey and taking in batting practices of the Cobra and the Mailman. Karl Malone on the off day watching power. Jason Barre's pitch is up in McGwire's eyes, and that's home run number 29. It finally gets in the seats, not one of his typical tape measure jobs. Scary moment for Mark Pekajcik. Mike Caruso hits a line shot of Pekajcik's face, and if he hadn't turned just in time, it could have been even worse. In fact, such a gamer, Pekajcik stayed in there and pitched. Maybe should have come out. Gets ahead of Jeff Abbott 1-2, but gets a pitch up by his jersey emblem, and Abbott will clear the bases. A 3-run triple. Frank Thomas walked 3 times in the game. He trots home. Belliman